Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the home of the Ravens. Sold out M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens. The winner gets a trip to sunny Arizona for Super Bowl 57. The AFC title game is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Play action. Now Wentz. That ball caught by Campbell. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
1st and 10, Taylor now. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. Unable. Oh, he sheds himself free. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Wentz. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Second and 10. Wentz going to throw. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down. Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal. Blankenship's kick is good. Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one of my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders, Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
The Tuck roll, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's one people remember. I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is taken in at the 5. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman, 37 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead here in this AFC title game. Extra point through the snowflakes, something good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Second and 9. They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. Throw left side complete. That's Campbell. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think inclement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. From midfield, here's Wentz. That is incomplete.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw is Wentz. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Yikes. Terrible kick headed straight for the sidelines. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Jackson's throw is on target to Duvernay. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, every now and then we have to let a cliche fly, partner. And in this case, what do they say in the NFL? Your best ability is often your availability. And this is an extremely durable kid coming out of Ohio State. Carried the ball every time they even thought about running it. Wore down defenses and able to break big runs late in games. J.K. Dobbins going to Baltimore, an absolute perfect fit.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. from the gun, Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Jackson from the shotgun. They'll find Dobbins out of the backfield. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark it down at the 9.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They go play action now. Jackson steps away. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 9-yard touchdown run as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. On the return, it's Nyheim Hines. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, the ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a handoff for Dobbins. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
Now Jackson on 1st down. And it's caught. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. And that's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Here's a give to Dobbins. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
A hole to dig out of here. 2nd and 17. Now it's Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down. Jackson. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
On the return is Hines.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. Coach used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Wentz to throw. His throw incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Wentz. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. On play action, Wentz. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Now, Wentz again. Looking for Campbell downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, it's Taylor. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they get 5 there on 3rd and 2. On play action, it's Wentz. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line.
Time to give some credit to the big fellas, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They give to Taylor out of the gun. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the 1st half. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. On the counter, it's Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor punching it in from a yard away. And the Colts get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. The call is to go for one and kick the extra point. And it's up through the goalpost. It's 17-10.
Ravens 17, Colts 10.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown. Paris Campbell, 31 yards. And the Colts are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And we are tied here in the second quarter. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going as they will take over here with a little more than 30 seconds remaining. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Kenny Moore. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. And we'll see if that pick six looms large as this game continues, because we've seen plays like that alter a lot of playoff contests over the years.
I would agree with that totally. And you often think to yourself, why do they alter it so much? Because after games, don't we hear coaches and players say, well, one play doesn't usually determine the outcome? But I don't think that's really true, do you? Because there's times when we see plays like that, and all of a sudden the momentum jumps to that team side, it deflates the other side, and they never pick it back up. and then things really go from there, don't they?
That's the thing for me. We talk about momentum changes. A play like that is the ultimate momentum change. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we'll see how they want to play this. Just a little over 20 seconds to go. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick six. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. To throw is Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. He's got a man complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play that time through the air. 33 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Jackson. That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. To throw again on 2nd down, Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 23. So we come upon halftime in the AFC title game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they have work to do in this second half if they want to earn that berth to the Super Bowl.
And I'm pretty sure this is where their coaches at halftime were saying don't panic, and then demonstrating it by not making a lot of drastic changes to the game plan. Let's just get back to doing what we've been doing all year long. That should be more than good enough.
He'll check this down to Dobbins out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice safe throw and a good one.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Dobbins. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. So the pitch and catch good for 11. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Jackson on 1st down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. From the 39, Jackson. He'll dump this off complete to Dobbins. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 29-yard line. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. Dobbins hit, and he fumbles. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
We've got plenty of weather here today. We've got some snow going on, and they've come out of a dome. And there have been 2 ways of getting ready for this. Some have said, don't worry about the weather. Just practice in your normal conditions and handle it on game day. And others have said, find some weather, find some conditions somewhere, and try and get ready. What do you think?
Well, whatever the preparation there, the snow causing the fumble. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now it's 2nd and 9. Play action. Now Wentz. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing now is Wentz. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. From the gun, it's Wentz. This will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
AFC Championship tilt, 3rd quarter of play. This is 2nd and 10. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. Wentz to throw again. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this is off the left upright. And it comes back. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So distance not the issue there. He had plenty of leg to get it there. It's that darn upright getting in the way.
Always gets in the way of a good time, doesn't it? Because he hit it square, too. Sometimes you can bank one in if you get it on the end of the football. No such luck there for him.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, and pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
Tight end, rock. 3 down. No. Off.
Jackson now. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it is caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Rashad Bateman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Ravens have a chance to tie the ball game here in the final minute of the 3rd. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. On the return is Hines. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of the team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
One quarter remains until we crown the AFC champion. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. It's Taylor. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. I guess he was saving his best for last, so to speak. Longest run of the day coming here in the 4th quarter right there.
And that type of run makes for a better night for him and his teammates, doesn't it? To be able to produce this late in the game can lead to some big smiles and satisfaction in the locker room after this one's over.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They run with Taylor. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
On 1st down, Taylor. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence in playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are right back in this football game. A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. After the interception, here's Jackson. He'll swing this out to Dobbins. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Just a yard to go here on second down. From the gun, Jackson. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
The Ravens on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Throwing is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On first and 10, it's Dobbins. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Casey Hayward makes the tackle. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Jackson. And that'll be caught by the big tight end, Andrews. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. That catch good for 5. It's third down. From the gun, it's Jackson. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in found some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. They go play action with Jackson. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. J.K. Dobbins, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have taken the lead here now in the 4th quarter of this championship game. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion. Jackson here is going to look to throw. And it is incomplete, so they can't convert for 2. And now the lead stays at 5. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they are in need of points here, no doubt about that. With a Super Bowl berth on the line and trailing here in the 4th quarter, this possession gigantic. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 87 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him. But don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Wentz. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Boy, how about the speed with which this offense can get down the field? It's taking them no time at all to get down here, and now they're set up with a 1st and goal.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run here with Taylor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Campbell making the catch. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A pretty big play now in this AFC Championship. 3rd and goal. They'll try and run. Taylor. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. 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 I know it's a never say never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
They'll let Taylor try and run, and he will get into the end zone again, and he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing, Jackson. He's going to let it fly. Oh, a leap it, he will make the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. Jackson. Open man is Duvernay. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
You have to like the play call because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Jackson to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Andrews. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Jackson. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
How many people watching this one right here gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
What looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Tucker with the extra point, and it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense. Of course, no one getting behind the defense and make it an easy throw. But nowadays, it's not just the ball being tipped in the air and people in the end zone in a cluster. It's that guy that's short in the end zone who comes up and ends up making the play because he goes unguarded. So there's a lot to think about if you're playing defense in this situation.
We'll see if they can cover all their bases. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Wentz. Pass complete to Taylor. Oh, some strong running. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down. Got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have as well as they understand where they are in the field?
One final try now for Wentz. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. The Ravens are champions of the AFC as we sign off and say goodnight, everybody.